Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 3. And today I'm going to be giving you part 8 of What If Naruto Was Neglected with Jashin sealed inside of him. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual. Share this to all of your friends in your social media platform. And also guys, go ahead and check out the brand new episode of What If Naruto Was Betrayed by Hagoromo on this channel, and enjoy that guys. And stay in tune for our new episodes over at Anime King and Anime King 2. If you're new, yes, you heard that correctly. I have 3 channels: Anime King 2, and Anime King 3, which is this channel. Links will be down in the description for Anime King and Anime King 2 for you guys to enjoy. So yeah, without further ado, what is to begin this new episode? Start the intro. So the last spot we left off, Kakashi met the team as he took notice of each and every one of them. As he took keen notice on Naruto as well, how the boy act, how he react to certain things, and how he behave. After all, Minato had told him to watch over him, and watch what the boy does. So that is exactly what Kakashi did, as Naruto seemed quite upset about him being late, and told him perhaps it wouldn't be good for him to be late anymore, as Kakashi heard the warning in his words. But he shrugged it off like it was absolutely nothing. With that, they started to make their way as Sakura saw Naruto stop. She asked him if he wasn't coming. As she kept on talking, he threw a chair at her as she ran out of the room. She decided to stay as far away as possible from him. Her parents told her, after all, that he was a monster. So that is what she did, as they made their way and Kakashi told him to introduce himself. What Naruto said kind of scared the crap out of both Sasuke and Sakura. He basically said that he wanted to make people suffer the way he did. Kakashi told him to come back tomorrow at Training Ground 7 for the exam. Yes, to test him. After all, he will let them pass because Minato told him to watch over Naruto. The next morning, as Hinata made her way, she knew that she shouldn't be down here. But she still walked down here. She didn't know what was her fascination with him and why she was getting so obsessed with him, and she didn't like it one bit. As she saw Naruto shirtless down there, as he did exactly what the Kyuubi and Jashin said. He kept on flirting with her and stepping closer and closer, like he was about to kiss her. She hadn't even kissed Menma yet, and this boy was about to take her first kiss, but he then backed off as he told her to leave. She glared at him, not like she would have kissed him anyway, as she made her way up to see Menma, who was getting ready. He didn't even know that she came over so early, as he gave her a kiss on the cheek. She not even shared her first lip kiss with him yet, and yet that demon almost kissed her down there. Why did she try to stop him, she wondered. Meanwhile, as Kakashi arrived late once again, Naruto threw an explosive tag. Kakashi questioned him on where he got it, but he didn't tell him, as he told him if he ever did something like this again, he will be punished severely, attacking his command officer. But Naruto didn't seem to care one bit. The test then began as Kakashi told him to come at him with the intent to kill, as Naruto left the entire place with a round of explosives, which no one knew where he got them from, forcing Kakashi to go in the bushes. The envoy started to investigate what was going on, as the place was shaking terrible from the explosive. At Konoha, in the village, the place started to get incredibly cold, as Naruto bloodlust started to leak. Crows started to appear everywhere, as they started to call around the village, as Minato was on the roof as he saw them. As Kakashi watched as Naruto created darkness, smoke was everywhere. He ended up hitting Naruto, but it was a small clone. The real Naruto appeared, but Kakashi grabbed his leg and threw him away, as Kakashi felt he didn't know what the feeling was. It couldn't be fear. Why would he fear Naruto? After all, he was a trained elite Jonin, and yet this feeling of hesitation as Naruto bloodlust started to rise. Jashin was confused as she felt something strange happening to him, as they tried to stop him, but he turned towards them, his eyes completely black. They managed to calm him down after a while though, but that was rather strange. As Kakashi told him that he could go home, as he would talk to them tomorrow, he went straight towards Hokage with Naruto. But Naruto denied everything that Kakashi said that happened out there. It's not like they could force information out of him. Well, they could torture him, but they wouldn't do that. And they couldn't let the Yamanaka go in his mind because of the Kyuubi inside. But Minato wanted to know who was in charge, if that was really his son or if it was a fox. As he told Kakashi to keep a keen eye on him, as he wanted to give him reports on his mental stability and how he's coming along. Kakashi accepted the mission as he would do this for his sensei. So yeah guys, so basically that's what I thought. You guys can switch across the place and check it out for yourself. So this is the beginning of this new episode. Sit down, said Minato, as the man was angry as he looked at Naruto. As Naruto calmly took a seat at the corner of the stairs was Menma and Mito as they were silently listening. Kushina was sitting there as well, as she looked at Naruto with a pointed gaze. But his eyes seemed to completely ignore the both of them, given from the way that he was looking. Minato was tired of the constant reports. Yes, he was tired of it, and the repairs that need to be done. I have overlooked the fact that you refused to do the first D-rank missions, the couple that you were given by Kakashi. I even overlooked the fact when you broke Sasuke's arm in a friendly spar, even when you were told to stop, because sometimes spar get out of hand. But this is enough, said Minato, as the man was angry. It has been 2 months since Naruto became a team member of Team 7. 2 months of nothing but pure chaos. The first viable thing was him and Sasuke a month ago. It has been a month since he became a member of Team 7. Flashback. As Naruto was completely ignoring everyone. Kakashi couldn't get the boy to participate in D-rank missions. And when he did, he always did something that was just out of the way. He was told to remove the grass from the front of the yard. He burned the entire thing and scorched the woman front yard. Kakashi had no idea where he get fire from. It wasn't explosive, it was like he just created fire out of nowhere. Seeing that he wasn't really paying attention that much to Naruto, he was simply paying attention to his book. That was his bad. And then they were told to clean out the kennels at the Inazaka compound. And Naruto somehow broke the hinges off the doors, making the young pups all spread out around, and got out of the compound, till they all had to be gathered, and many more incidents that Minato was tired of. And then there was the incident with Sasuke, as Naruto was currently ignoring everyone like usual, as Kakashi was given Sakura and Sasuke pointing tips. Well, when it comes to teamwork, Kakashi had tried his best. He threatened to punish the boy. He threatened that he wouldn't get paid for his missions. But no matter what he said, Naruto simply ignored him, as he didn't really care about money or to be punished at all. And the thing about it was, Minato wasn't talking to him, or neither was his mother. Yes, in a sense they were afraid to talk to him. All the bad things that was done to him in the past, they really talked to him to keep themselves believing that they did for the right cause. But they were getting, well, angry at the constant reports, the complaints, Minato coming home and telling Kushina, as she saw that her husband was getting angry, really angry at Naruto. They would have to have a sit down with him soon enough for him to understand that these things are not acceptable. He's having too much free time on his hand, too much time to let loose and do as he sees fit, and they have to stop this. Sasuke had enough as he got up. Why is he just standing there, Sasuke said, as he didn't like it one bit. He doesn't follow the rules, he disobeys orders, and he doesn't even want to be a part of a teamwork training. Not like Sasuke liked teamwork training either, but the resentment, the hate that Menma had for Naruto, it seemed to have been passed on into Sasuke as well, who just didn't like Naruto's attitude at all. It just ticked him off for some reason. As Naruto turned towards him, "Mate me," he said. Sasuke got to his feet fully as he stepped forward, only for Kakashi stopped him. "That's enough," he said. "No, it's time someone put him in his place." "Come on then, let us spar," Sasuke said. "You want to fight, Uchiha? With me?" "Are you sure?" Naruto asked. "Yeah, I'm ready," Sasuke said Sakura. "Quiet, Sakura," Sasuke said. He believed that he can do whatever he wants, that he can say whatever he wants and get away with it. But no, he's not above the rules. I am not, so why should he be? In Sasuke's mind, he was the last member of his clan. The precious, the unstoppable Uchiha clan. So to see this demon brat acting like he didn't give a damn about anything, it really ticked him off. As Naruto slowly picked himself up, swaying a bit in his step, as he fully stand up. Kakashi didn't know how, but it seemed like the boy has gotten even taller and more muscular. It was strange. Given the short period of time, it has only been a month. Well, I have no problem in fighting you, said Naruto. As Sasuke looked towards Kakashi, it's just a spar, to make me put him in his place. Are you sure? Sasuke nodded. Alright then. No excessive action. And once I say stop, you are to stop immediately. Do you understand me, Naruto, said Kakashi, as he knew the boy didn't follow the rules at all. Whatever, said Naruto. I am not joking. You think I am, but I'm not. If you do anything against the rule, you'll be seriously punished, said Kakashi. Said Naruto. No excessive jutsus, only hand-to-hand combat. To test your taijutsu, said Kakashi. He narrowed his eyes to see if there would be a reaction out of Naruto. After all, the boy hadn't shared if he had any ninjutsu at his disposal, because Kakashi was sure that he was not mistaking things when he saw what happened with Naruto, that darkness that just seemed to seep from around him. Yes, Sasuke, you can do this, Sakura said. Kick his ass. Sasuke smirked at that. Everyone should know that he was the last Uchiha. He was greater than some demon. As Naruto spread his arms wide for Sasuke to come, Kakashi didn't even give the go-ahead as Sasuke charged forward to put Naruto in his place, he says. His speed was fast, he thought, as he made his way to Naruto within seconds, as he swung his right hook towards Naruto's face. With that speed, Naruto grabbed his arm as he ducked under Sasuke's next blow. Bam, bam, bam! 3 hard punches. Sasuke's eyes widened as he gasped in pain. But Naruto held on to his hand so he wasn't thrown back, as he flipped Sasuke over and stomped right in his back. That's enough, said Kakashi. That was what he expected. He didn't know how Naruto got so strong, but the boy was indeed strong. Stronger than Sasuke, it seems. But Naruto simply smirked. Sasuke released a cry of pain and agony as Naruto snapped his hand. Sasuke and Sakura screamed as Naruto brought his foot up before a backhand slammed into his face as he skidded back on his feet. It was from Kakashi. Sasuke keeled over in pain as he held on to his broken limb. I warn you, said Kakashi, as his eyes narrowed towards Naruto, who seemed to flex his finger a bit. Attacking your commanding officer is a sure way to get you killed, Kakashi said, as Naruto seemed to have an internal debate with himself, as his eyes just looked around before he calmed down. End the flashback. What do you have to say for yourself, said Minato. He asked me to spar. Kakashi, your sensei told you to not use excessive force. It was just a main taijutsu spar, and you were to stop the moment he told you to stop, but yet you did not. That was cause for a kick out of the Shinobi program. Do you know that? As Naruto said absolutely nothing. Your father vouched for you, said Kushina, so you could stay, despite your many acts, to try to show that you're above the rules and not listen to your commanding officer. What do you have to say, she said. He vouched for me to stay, said Naruto. Yes, Kushina said. Well, I suppose you would. After all, you have to keep the beast in check, right? Minato narrowed his eyes. I mean, I'm a weapon, a tool for the village to use. So if I'm not a shinobi, it would be pretty useless. I'm the one to use just in case war breaks out. The demon to send out here to ravish the army, so that these people can live. No, said Kushina, as Naruto turned towards her. You're a shinobi. Aren't you supposed to know that? Am I right? Father, said Naruto. He said the word with such disdain that Minato recoiled a bit. He shook his head as he snapped back to focus. This is your last warning, Naruto. Step out of line again. Go against Kakashi's commands, and you will be severely punished. You already placed me into prison, which is a step up from my normal home, said Naruto. You brought me to that guy that talked all day, the Yamanaka, if I remember correctly. I spent a couple of days in prison. I was told that would be my home if I didn't shape up. But yet I'm back here. What else worse can you do to me, Naruto asks. How much other suffering can you put me through? I mean, you guys watch as I was getting beaten by the villagers, as they stomp and stab me. Kushina gestured back at that. Even Minato flinched a bit. So tell me, mother and father, what else can you guys do to me to ensure that I feel more pain? You think that wasn't enough? I was brutally beaten day after day to suffer in my own blood and feces, left on the ground for death. And you think your punishment will be enough, said Naruto. Minato, highest order. If you do not listen, I will have your chakra permanently sealed away, and you will be placed in the most dangerous prison at the East Wing. That is where the worst criminals of Konoha goes. Well, I suppose that's fitting for a demon. Kushina was surprised. She never expected Minato to say something like this. This is your last chance. Your last warning. Do anything of this proportion again, and I will make good on that promise. Whatever you say, father, said Naruto, as he got to his feet. Can I go now, he said. Yes, said Minato, as Naruto simply walked away. As Minato sat down, as he released a hard sigh. As Kushina looked towards him, she placed a hand on his shoulder. As he placed his hand over her hand. They just didn't know what to do. Nothing seemed to be working, and everything makes things worse. They really didn't know what to do. The next morning, Menma was happy. Finally. He would never say it out loud, but he was quite angry that his mother and father were behaving like wimps. But he would never say it out loud to them, especially not to them. But they were behaving like wimps, of course, because they weren't doing anything excessive when it comes to Naruto, that demon brat. As Menma was just hoping that he screw up once again, and then they can be rid of him out of their life forever. As he was currently holding on to Hinata's hand, they have done so much D-rank mission for the last 2 months, him and his team. And they got a time off. Kurnai went out on a mission, a B-rank mission, something our team was not ready for yet. So they got time off as well, as the both of them are currently on a date. As Menma was so happy from what he heard last night, and now that he was out with her, as he was hoping that he could get his first kiss from her. As he kept on glancing towards her nervously, praying that this would be the day. She always told him that she wasn't ready for something like that yet. It was quite strange, given that they were beyond the age where they should be kissing right now. But his father had told him how to properly treat a woman, and he wasn't going to push her into anything that she didn't want. Yes, he didn't want to be that kind of guy. As he was taking her to the back garden, inside there, where the flowers bloom beautifully. It will be the perfect scene. The sun was setting. Yes, it will be wonderful, he thought to himself. He then paused. Mom? Mom, he said. What are you doing? Asked Hinata. Well, she always loved to capture these special moments. So I'm looking if she's around her camera. Special moments? Said Hinata. Well, I thought... Well, you see, he said. Where are you even taking me? Well, inside of the middle garden, he said. Just come on. As he brought her. Her mind was really focused on that. As she looked towards Menma, she felt incredibly guilty because of what happened a month ago. Flashback. She didn't know what the hell was wrong with her. Yet again, she made her way down there. She came by early in the morning. As both of them were heading towards the training ground anyway, but they were going to separate and go to their each personal training ground where their senseis were. But she had to make her way down here. He was awake already as well. Menma was still asleep, as he would be getting up soon though. But it's time that she made things straight with him. Last time, he got the edge over her. When she closed her eyes expecting a kiss, what the hell was she thinking? As she cleared her throat. But he did not respond to her, his back was still turned. Ahem. He still did not respond to her. Hey! She shouted a bit. Mito was already up, as she was in the bath. Minato had left, and Kushina was in the kitchen, and it wasn't anywhere near here. So she was alone in here with him right now, and Min was sleeping. What is it? Said Naruto. This is the thing that you keep on trying to do. It's over. I'm with Minma. And there is no way in hell that I will ever be interested in someone like you. I know that you have a little crush on me, she said. As that was the only way her mind decided to phrase it. Yes, he was obsessed with her. That is why he was doing all these things. But it would never work out. I'm with Minma. And I would never, in a million years, be with someone like you, she said. As Naruto turned towards her, his eyes looking over her body rather hungrily. And yet you keep on coming down here. What is it? You think I have a crush on you? That is why. As he moved forward and pinned her to the wall, I keep on doing these things. She squirmed as she pulled out of his grip. I said, no. I will. Tell your father and you, and my father. And that can get you in some serious trouble. Do you want that? People already hate you really badly. Do you think I care about them? Do you think I care about anyone that hate me? Well, I don't. They can hate me as much as they like, but I don't give a damn. She felt that thrill run down her spine once again. What was it about him? This uncaring attitude that made her... Damn it. She tried to back away, but her back hit the wall. You say that this is over, but yet you still come down here. You keep on following this up because you know there's something there. You know, Minma is a really boring guy. Don't say that. I see the way you look at him. It's like you're barely interested. I mean, I heard that your clan is all about politics. Were you forced to be with him? Said Naruto. What? Of course not, she said. Well then, if you have a problem with this, stop me. It's all up to you. As he lowered his face towards hers. She raised her hand in defense as she drove it forward only to stop right at his chest. Time's up. As he planted his lip against hers, taking her first kiss. As Hinata felt her body melt in his arms, wondering what the hell was happening to her. He picked her up as he pushed her against the wall. As she couldn't do anything to stop it, her entire body felt limp, like she had been electrocuted. Her body was numb. A long minute of kissing as he broke it apart. He stepped back as she fumbled, her head swaying. Well then, Byakugan princess, I guess you didn't stop me. She ran out of there really quickly as she stopped right in the hall, holding on to her heart as she was hyperventilating. What did she do? What the hell did she just do? In the flashback, that is why she was feeling so guilty as she looked towards Minma. She didn't know how to make this up to him. She tried her best to forget about that demon. It is just the way he acted, his attitude, that got to her, but she should forget about that. She was with Minma, the sweetest guy ever. He was sweet and charming to her, and yet she always pulled this crap. What was she thinking? What would her mother and father think about her? The entire village. Her kissing a demon. Disgusting. She felt so terrible. But yet, there was a part of her mind, Hinata, she was snapped from her thoughts. There it is, as Minma showed her. The petals were arranged in a way where there was a comfy section in the center where two of them can sit down. As he even brought lunch for them. As he smiled at her. Shall we? He says he extended his hand. She nodded as she took his hand. Time skip. As Kakashi and Yamato was in the office. A joint mission? Hokage-sama, said Yamato. Yes, said Minato. The fire daimyo has been getting bickers with Goto. Wait, that Goto? Said Kakashi. Minato nodded. Apparently, Goto is trying to siege land from the fire daimyo. And as you would expect, the fire daimyo doesn't like it at all. A bridge builder named Tazuna has came to Konoha asking for my aid. He said that he know I'm a generous man. He can pay half of the money now. And the next half, once the mission is over, the mission is a big rank. To protect this man, I want you guys to bring your teams to give them field experience. Team 8 has already been on a C rank mission, including Team 10. Team 6 and 7 has not yet. The other teams had been on C-rank mission, including 12 and 13 as well. Your two teams are the only one that hasn't been out there in the field yet. That is why I want you to bring your teams. But Hokage-sama, isn't this a bit too dangerous for the Genins? The first mission, to transport the bridge builder towards the hidden wave, is for the Genins. The second mission is up to you. I want the both of you to take down Goto and his entire company. The man is known for hiring bandits and thugs, so be prepared. The Fire Daimyo has put the hit out for him, and he wants Konoha to take care of it. I want you guys to clean him from the hidden wave. In doing so, you can also free up the hidden wave, the land of wave, and the people. An alliance will be formed between them and us. The land is known for their agriculture and their farming, so once they get a bridge on the mainland, there will be a lot of share between them and Konoha, because we will be the one that saved them, and they will be forever in our death, said Kakashi. Wise thinking. Well, I am the Hokage for a reason, said Minato. I want you guys to also keep track on Naruto. Yamato, if anything goes out of hand, I want you to use your Mokitan to subdue him. This is also a chance to try and get into comrade friendships with the others, to try to find a way for them to bond. That is why I'm sending you two on this mission. I want him to realize that he's not alone, to not count on the fox if it is manipulating him in somehow, because the main thing is he doesn't have any friends. He has no one. So I want you guys to, well, things work out in its own way, but this mission will probably change that. But if he does show any sign of betraying the village, this will be the perfect chance to find out. Him out of the village, it could be the perfect chance for him to leave. So I want you two to keep a close eye on him and make sure everything goes smoothly. The both of you are high-level Jonins. Can I count on you to accomplish this mission? As Yamato nodded, yes, Hokage-sama. It shall be done, said Kakashi. Alright. You both will be leaving tomorrow. The bridge builder will be at the gate, waiting for you. Inform your teams about this. They nodded. Time skip. That's final, said Yamato. I don't want to hear anything more about it. Minma shook his head angrily. Why the hell did he have to go on a mission with him? Calm down, Minma. It's just a mission, said Mito. Yeah, calm down already. Everything's gonna be fine, said Ami. I mean, I know you hate the guy, but it's not like you have to talk to him or anything. It's just a mission we're going on. He grunted as he clenched his fist. He was having the wonderfulest day yesterday. Hinata finally kissed him. The both of them shared their first kiss together, and it was just so amazing. And then Yamato found them. They had to go on a mission with Team 7, with that monster. He'd rather spend the day with Hinata, just holding on to her. After all, he got his first kiss with her. It was just, he couldn't even explain it. And now this, he really didn't want to go on this mission with that monster. As they made their way to the gate, they arrived just on time, as Kakashi came up with Team 7. Kakashi had found it not to be late, because every time he did come late, a quarrel will start with Sasuke and Naruto. And if someone didn't stop it, it would end up into an all blown out battle. And he was sure that Sasuke would get killed. Yes, as Naruto had already showed the capability of beating down Sasuke quite easily. The month had gone by and Sasuke's arm had healed perfectly, so there was nothing to worry about that. But he was still bitter about it. The hatred in his eyes was just burning. As Sasuke smiled when he saw his friend though. Oh hey there Sasuke, said Menma as he came over. Hey, what's up guys, said Ami as she smiled at Sakura. A rather jealous smile. After all, Ami also had a crush on Sasuke, but yet Sakura get to be on the team with him. Well, at least she was on the team with the demon. So yeah, it wasn't that bad. But still, she would have liked to be in a team with Sasuke, the both of them alone. She also liked Menma, but he was taken by Hinata, and he was obsessed with Hinata. He didn't seem to have eyes for anyone else, so she just forgot about him, as he was just mainly her close friend. So, joint mission. Are you guys ready? Asked Sakura. Ready, as will ever be, said Mito. As she narrowed her eyes around. Where is he? She asked. Kakashi sighed, as he narrowed his eyes around. Where the hell did Naruto go? He was just here a moment ago. Naruto, he said. What? As Kakashi looked around towards the bushes. What are you doing? I'm busy. With what? As Naruto simply ignored him. Kakashi grunted as he stepped forward only to pause, as Naruto was taking a pee. Oh, he said, as he did not pry, as Naruto then came out of the bushes. As Minman narrowed his eyes towards him. He simply turned his head. So how have you been, Sasuke? He said, trying his best to ignore that he was here on this mission. Alright, everyone listen up, said Yamato. Team 6 and 7. We're going to be taking on a joint mission. As footsteps could be heard coming towards him. A little later than expected, but he was here. As they thought they'd meet the clan here, but he was now just coming. So, these are the brats that are going to be protecting me, huh? Said Tazuna as he glanced over all of them. Well, they're not much. But I appreciate the Hokage for giving me 2 teams. It's the best way for us to get this done, the man said. As Tazuna was a bit grateful, yes, a lot grateful, after all. It was protocol that if you lied about a mission and get the team that you lied about in danger, it would often result in the person that lies death. Minato Namikaze was a kind-hearted man though, so he decided to take a chance, and that chance paid out well for them. That is why he was grateful, but he narrowed his eyes at the one with black hair. There was just something about that kid. His dark red eyes. The outer edges of the eyes were dark, but the inside was red. It just gave him the chills. Finally, I'm leaving the village, said Naruto. Yes, Naruto-kun, you can stretch your feet, said the Kyuubi, and see how the outside world is set up. Well, you have to soon enough, after all. It's not like you're gonna be staying here forever, said Jashin. Can't I just leave now, said Naruto. No, not yet. We will tell you when it's time to leave, okay? Yeah, said Naruto. Inside the mindscape, as the both of them stopped talking to him. What's wrong with you? Said the Kyuubi. Huh? These past 2 months you've been acting strange. Ever since that battle, where he took on Kakashi. Something strange happened that day, didn't it? What was it? I don't know what you're talking about. I've been acting strange? Yes, you have. Now stop lying to me. We're both in this together. So tell me what's going on. Jashin simply shook her head. It's nothing. You're still lying to me. Why? Are you afraid? Afraid? Me? Seriously? Jashin said. Then why are you acting this way? I don't know what you're talking about. Fine, be that way. I can do the same thing, said the Kyuubi as she walked away. Jashin simply shook her head. On the other hand, Jashin was feeling strange. She didn't know what it was. Something did happen that day, when he turned and he snarled towards them. She felt unbalanced in herself and the environment around them. She couldn't explain it and she didn't want to talk about it because it made her feel weird, vulnerable. That was a confusing thing. She never felt vulnerable in her entire life, but yet she did. Why? It happened when he got angry and nearly lost himself in that rage. But it was nothing she hoped. She didn't even know why she was caring. After all, if anything happened to him, she wouldn't really care that much. He was just a mean to an end, right? She was using him for her own goals. Yet she wanted to know if he was okay. Why? She was a being of death and malice and lust. Why would she care about a simple human, she thought herself? Of course she wouldn't. Yeah, she was just using him. Because in the end, he would get what he wanted by killing all those that made him suffer. But she will also get something that she always wanted for millennia now. Yes, her chance to be able to roam the world without any inconvenience in her way. To be able to interact with humans and do as she pleased. No one, her brother, no one could stop her. But there is a cost of her being able to roam the world. And Naruto will have to pay big for it. So why did she feel this way? She didn't know what this feeling was or what the hell was going on with her. Perhaps she was sick. Nah, she couldn't be sick. As she decided to just shrug it off. Come on, Q-chan, she said. She made her way over. I'm serious, there's nothing wrong with me. I'm probably just sick, she said. Sick? Can you even get sick? Don't know. As Akaebe simply turned her head. Come on, don't ignore me. I mean, we're both stuck in here. It's not like you can ignore me forever. Let's see about that, said Akaebe. Come on, Jashin said. As her black dress around her simply dissolved into nothingness, leaving her completely naked. Do you want to keep on ignoring me? Or do you want to have some fun? The Akaebe looked towards her. She didn't know what was wrong with her. It was weird, after all. The Akaebe was created from the Jobe. Jashin wasn't anything related to the Jobe at all. She was a different being entirely, and yet she was changing her. In one sense, the Akaebe wasn't really evil. After all, she was created by a sage. Humans just weren't even that important to her. But she wasn't evil, but Jashin wanted nothing but death and destruction. And yet she was going along with everything. It was like she was almost compelled to follow Jashin. And the sex. She never really did this before, and yet, in her human form that she took to walk around the earth, she was taking it in here to have fun with Jashin. Something must be wrong with her, she thought to herself. As they were outside, the group had started to travel. Seeing that it was a lot of them, they talked the entire way there. As Naruto chose to ignore each and every one of them, Yamato was more attention as he was focusing on Naruto. His eyes were on his team every now and then, but he was focusing deep on Naruto. As he was given a mission by the Hokage, and he will see it fulfilled, no matter what. Kakashi, on the other hand, was lazily back and reading his book, seemingly not paying attention. Well, he was. In a way. Yeah, in a way. Yamato, though, was completely focused on tasks ahead, ready for anything. As he looked forward, as he saw the puddle, he glanced towards Kakashi and shook his head. As Kakashi made hand signs with his hand in the book that only Yamato was focusing on. It was a code. Let's see what the Genins are made of. Yamato was a bit against that, seeing that they didn't know the enemies down below. He spread out what sensory ability he had, as their chakra wasn't that much, probably tuning level. Low tuning to be exact. As he nodded towards Kakashi. As they made their way, Menma had his eyes out. Mito and Ami were flanking him, the bridge builder in the center. Mito and Ami were curved, as Sasuke and Sakura were at the side as well, with Kakashi and Yamato at the front, and Naruto at the back. Suddenly, the puddle burst open. Get the Jonins. Wires wrapped around Yamato and Kakashi rather quickly. Menma pulled his kunai, but it was too late as Demon Brothers, Miyaizo and Goto, shredded both Jonins and nothingness. Ami's eyes went wide. Sensei, she screamed. Sasuke pulled his kunai as he was closest. Tazuna stepped back. As Sasuke brought up his kunai, Sakura's hand was shaking, but she had to defend Sasuke and the others. Menma threw his kunai towards Demon Brother as it connected with their chain, stabbed it down to the ground. As Miyaizo broke the link, they brought their gauntlets down on Sakura and Sasuke to carve their face right in. As Ami slammed her hand on the ground, after going through hand sign, a earth wall was created. Ami had earth affinity as she was trained by Yamato, who had earth, and he taught her this D-rank jutsu. It was weak, as the gauntlets of Miyaizo and Gozu ripped through the wall, but it gave Sakura and Sasuke time to move, with Tazuna as they pulled him back. I'll handle this, said Menma, as he shot forward. Miyaizo smirked. I'll take care of this, brother, as Gozu flicked up in the air going after the others. No, you won't, said Menma as he jumped back as he tossed 3 kunais. Miyaizo simply knocked them away. Up in the trees, Kakashi and Yamato were watching keenly. As Kakashi turned his head towards Naruto, The boy was laughing. Yamato noticed as well. His laughter was wide. The grin on his face was excited. Kakashi then saw it. Black smoke was oozing from his body in tiny, tiny trails that you could barely notice. But with his trained eyes, he could see them quite well. As Naruto moved, the ground broke under his feet as he stomped into it. Minma brought out his kunai as he blocked Gozu's strike. He ducked underneath and flipped over Gozu as he drive a hook down. Gozu grabbed his arm though, as Minma smirked as he brought his knee down to slam it right into Gozu's back. All for Miyaizo to kick him away. Minma was caught by Sasuke as Miyaizo jumped forward along with Gozu, coming back for the attack. Kakashi was about to move, but Naruto beat him to it. As he stood in the way, both brothers brought their gauntlet down the spike to tear right through him. As Minma, a part of him, knew that Naruto was a part of Team 7 and he was a Konoha ninja. But still, if they just killed him right here and then, he wouldn't have to be in their life anymore. A part of him wanted it to happen. On the other hand, Mito didn't want him to die. As much as Minma had changed her mind about him, trying to make her see that he was a demon, she still believed that there was hope for them to be a family one day and know he was gonna die. Both demon brothers dropped the spikes on their hands, the claws that tear into Naruto's flesh. Time seemed to slow down for everyone. Sakura's eyes were wide. He was about to get ripped in half. Yamato was already performing hand signs, as the kid didn't seem like he was about to move. Naruto's black jacket then moved. Given the angle that he was turned, they could not see what was going on. But two beaks had came out of his jacket. Yes, two beaks. Beaks that seemed to be made from steel or something because they clashed against weapons. And a shrieking sound could be heard. The demon brothers were confused as they tried to pull it back. But it was over. As Naruto lunged forward, he grabbed onto their head as he flipped over their bodies. With surprising amount of strength, he threw them. They were launched forward as Naruto moved. His feet breaking to the ground as he ran. He launched himself up in the air before coming down as he slammed his heel into Gozu. Blood exploded from Gozu's lips as he crashed hard. Miyaizo cursed as he brought down his gauntlet to stab right into Naruto's face, only for Naruto to twist past and drive his fist into his stomach. The man crumbled up on the ground, feigning weakness. He then smirked when Naruto dropped his guard because he brought the claw up. He was about to tear right through Naruto's chin, only for Naruto to bring his hand down and snap with a powerful blow the bone. Everyone heard the snapping sound as it broke. Naruto grabbed him by the face and sank his claws into it as he ripped, tearing his face. The man grabbed his face with both hands, screaming in pain and agony. His brother got up. "You pay, you little shit," he says. He came at Naruto from behind. As Naruto ducked under the swipe, once again his black cloak seemed to be moving on its own. As he stepped back right into the man, before ducking and sliced as he tear right through the man's ankle. The man dropped to the ground crying as Naruto came over. He brought his foot up and bring it down. Boom! The ground shattered as he crushed the man's skull under the weight. He then turned towards the last brother who was still holding on to his face, as his fingernails were dripping blood. His eyes were red and chaotic as he started to laugh. "You're next," he said, his voice trilling. Kakashi came in front of him. "That's enough," he said. As Ami, who was looking at the scene, along with Sakura, felt vile rise to their throat as they saw the body, the head squashed. They leaned over to the side as they puke, wrenching out their breakfast out of their stomach. Mito was able to hold it together, barely. Sasuke and Minma looked at Naruto as they just watched a brutal scene. It wasn't that demon brothers were strong. It was that they came at them so sudden, but they could have handled them. Well, the two of them thought to themselves, but yet, wait, Kakashi Sensei. As Minma looked towards where the pile of broken woods were, he was alive. It was a substitution to test them. That was what he got, as he saw Yamato came down as well. The remaining demon brother was still holding onto his face, crying as Yamato knocked him out, so he would stop crying. Kakashi felt something behind him as he turned. "Stand down," he said, as he looked at Naruto. Their eyes snapped towards Naruto as he was still shaking a bit. as he simply lowered himself like he was about to attack, but he did not, as he placed his head on the ground, as he took several deep breaths, as he calmed himself rather slowly, as his nails had scraped into the earth. He then picked himself up. "Why did you get in my way?" he said, his voice hollow as usual. "Because there was no need for excessive violence. It is already done." He attacked you guys. I was under the assumption that they should die for attacking a fellow Konoha ninja. So what, next time I should allow them to do what they please and kill all of you, said Naruto, because they should survive. "That's not what I mean," said Kakashi. "It is over. And plus we need to question them to find out who else is with them. Given that he's the only one left, we need to question him to find out the full extent of this attack. Because I know that they won't be alone." "Is that enough answer for you to keep him alive?" said Kakashi. "And then I kill him," said Naruto. "No. You've already taken down one, without much hesitation. I suggest you calm down." "You think death will scar me," said Naruto. "Well, if you do, don't worry. I'm fine. You are just a young child. This is your first kill, if I'm correct." "Yes," said Naruto, "but you did it without any hesitation. Like you've done it a lot of time before." "Well, how would I kill other people? I mean, I haven't been on any other mission outside the village. So I don't know what you're talking about," said Naruto. Yamato narrowed his eyes towards the boy. His tone was flat, as Yamato couldn't feel anything in his chakra, any jump or anything. He was just calm. For some reason, his Mohitan recalled upon Naruto. He didn't know why. It was like the boy was against nature for some reason. That was weird. Perhaps it was just some problem. Yeah, it couldn't be. But something was wrong. As Kakashi looked over to the others, "Are you all okay?" he asked. "Yeah, we're fine," said Menma, his tone angry. Once again, this lowlife, this demon scum, had managed to best him, as he was pissed off once again. As he glared at Naruto, "Stop looking at me before I poke your eyes out," said Naruto. "What?" said Menma. "You heard me," said Naruto. "Stop looking at me." "What? You upset that you weren't able to do anything? That you were too weak to really defend yourself and your friends? You're really pathetic, you know that." Menma clenched his fists. "He's not pathetic," said Mito. "He just got caught off guard, we all did. And yet I was able to take them down. What if I wasn't here? You guys would have been dead. You know, you should be on your hands and knees right now, praying to me as your god, because I just saved your life." "Why aren't you?" said Naruto. "You're nothing but a demon," said Menma. "Menma," said Kakashi, as Menma simply turned his head. "Alright, that's enough," Yamato said. "We still have a mission here to do. Tazuna, how are you holding up?" "I'm fine," Tazuna said, as he narrowed his eyes at the dead demon brother and back at Naruto, who simply gave him a thrilling smile. Meanwhile, "Hinata, are you okay?" Kurenai asked, as Hinata wasn't herself today. Yes, she was acting rather strange. "Oh, I'm fine, Kurenai-sensei." "Are you sure?" "Yeah," she said, as she tried to put on a normal look like she always did. But on the inside, she felt terrible. Menma was so overjoyed. He thought that was her first kiss, but yet she shared it with her brother. What would people say of her? People would think that she was some kind of slut, kissing her boyfriend's brother, and actually liking it. That was a messed up, twisted part. She liked it, and she didn't understand why the hell she was even liking it. What was wrong with her? What was she doing? She was with Menma, not Naruto. He was a demon. He was a monster. He was a bad boy. He was the alpha male. He's hot. She shook her head. What was she thinking? She's with Menma. She kept on telling herself over and over again, as she wondered how he's doing right now on that joint mission. She then placed a hand to her heart. What if Naruto told him? Naruto's always doing something to piss Menma off in some way, especially when he just talk without really considering his words. No, he wouldn't do that. The moment he came back, she will have to talk to him and make sure he keep his mouth shut about this. Yes, she will see him the moment he come back. And if he tries anything, she will hurt him bad. And even tell her father that he was the one that first touched her. Yes, that is what she will do. Time skip. Kakashi had gotten the information, yes, from Demon Brother, that Zabuza was their chief and it was just the three of them. But he kept his mouth shut about the last person, as he hoped they will pay, especially that brat that killed his brother. He hoped he will suffer. But Naruto seemed to just shrug it off like nothing as they made their way. Naruto's smile. More fun to have, he thought to himself. More people to kill. But guys, be in subscribe right here. If you want next part to do, like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification say posted. Remember, share to all of your friends in social media platform. And also guys, go ahead and check out the brand new episode of What If Naruto Was Betrayed by Hagoromo that I posted on this channel, and enjoy that guys. And if you're new, yes, I have 3 channels, Anime King 2, Anime King 3, which I post on every single day. Yes, you heard that correctly. I post on the 3 channels every day for you guys to enjoy what ifs every day, guys. So go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all for helping and support. Remember to comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be replying talking back to all of you. So yeah, without further ado, I'm out for now. See you guys soon. Peace.